But the tragedy is that a lot of people are dying, not because they have critical COVID, but because they don't have access to oxygen, and early access to oxygen can be helpful in making sure that they don't have to go to hospitals in the first place. So this is the classic sort of healthcare collapse that we've warned of right from the beginning of the pandemic, which is that the disease kills, but the disease kills more when it overruns the health system in a way that we've seen before, in Italy, certainly in Iran, in New York, but it's happening at a much larger scale in India, both because the population is greater and the health system resources are much fewer.
Some countries have agreed to send help. What do you need right now?
I think the first thing that India needs is really a way of transporting oxygen at the last mile from where it's produced to patients. We don't have a mechanism for doing that. There are citizen groups that are sprung up around this. Oxygen for India is one such group that I've been affiliated with. And the whole idea is that oxygen is available in India, but not in the places that it's needed. Now, the issue of shortage of beds can't be solved in any short period of time, but there is a shortage potentially of ventilators as well. And as the pandemic spreads to other parts of India with even worse healthcare capacity, we're going to face an even more difficult situation compared to, say, in Delhi right now, which is a bad situation, but Delhi is pretty well equipped in general with respect to healthcare resources, but even Delhi is overrun now.
But why does it keep spreading, though? What's sort of driving this new surge?
There was a sense back in January and February because the caseload had come down, and the caseload had come down because for most of last year, India was in some sense of restriction, not necessarily a lockdown, but certainly people were not moving around a lot. But once people started moving around, there was a sense of complacency. There were permissions granted for festivals, for mass gatherings of all kinds, for rallies, for cinema halls, for sporting events. And, this virus, as we've seen around the world, just loves people to be in close proximity, and particularly if they don't wear masks. And just like in every other country, it's come back. But the scale of this wave is truly India-sized, just given the size of India.
How effective are the vaccines in preventing these different variants available or that are sort of spreading around in India?
I don't think the variants are the biggest challenge to the vaccines as far as we can tell. The problem is just that the vaccines, we always know, are not 100% effective. And so you will see, maybe 1 in 3, 1 in 4 people who've been vaccinated potentially get a reinfection if they're exposed to the virus. We do see that a lot. I'm aware of cases where people got reinfected and even died of it. So we are seeing the vaccine saving a lot of lives, to be sure. And at the end of the day, increasing the vaccination is India's only way out of this pandemic.